Hey guys, Gary here. Thanks for checking in. I am here with
another Gary.
Gary Cooper from XS Sights, who is down here for a class this weekend.
Correct.
And hopefully he's enjoying himself. He hasn't complained yet.
It's been a great time. Time well spent.
Awesome. Gary and I met through a mutual friend, Dave Biggers, who probably everyone watching this channel knows who Dave is. Awesome dude. And Dave always talks about how awesome Gary is. So I was like, well, I have to like this guy already before I even met him. And once I met you, I was like, oh, he lives up to the hype. So thank you, Dave.
Well, and Dave speaks highly of you as well.
Oh, well, he doesn't do that when I'm around. Anyway, so Gary came down and he brought some stuff with him for me to look at. There is a new XS sight out. Not the F8 sight, which we'll mention that in a minute, but it is the DXT2. I'll make sure I had that right. Mm-hmm. And what's different about that?
Well, what we've done is the original Big Dot was actually a PVC insert inside of a metal housing.
Yep.
And the metal housing protected the PVC and the tritium vial that was within. Most of the changes are in the front sight. There's a few changes in the rear. The DXT2s, I think one of the first things we need to get out, are not compatible with the Big Dot sights. There's a height difference.
Okay.
Yeah, and we did that so we can get tritium in some of the other rears that we weren't able to get to before. And it's all controlled by federal regulation.
Yeah.
So
government.
Well, your bureaucracy is helping us. So anyway, the DXT2s, instead of having a plastic in them, there's a paint in there, and the paint is a specially formulated, custom blended.
It's not Krylon or nothing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
No. And put in by hand, and it's well, on our prototype, our prototype sites.
Which I have a set. They'll probably be on the picture, the thumbnail of this video.
Right there.
Yes,
Yeah.
right here.
Right there. So
I looked up like, where's he pointing? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you were thinking way more creative than I was.
Okay. So we have two colors. There's what we call an optic yellow and an optic orange. And the light wave that the human eye responds to the best is that chartreuse yellow color that the fire engines used to be painted back in the 80s, 90s.
Yep.
That real ugly baby.
I kind of like that yellow, but
well,
I'm the oddball.
So
I'm a fan of yellow.
Our optic yellow is there, and the optic orange is, a lot of people say, oh, I want red front sights. Well, red is too far down the spectrum.
Yep.
You really want it more yellow red. And so that's why we chose.
And I saw that you have that graphic in the catalog that shows what the human eye sees best and where your orange is compared to some of the other oranges.
And we're closer to the yellow than the others.
Right.
So the DXT2s are closer to the yellow end of the spectrum.
Right.
And so it's not a red, it's an orange.
Okay, so I know a lot of people when I talk, tell them, hey, you want a big dot? And they say, why do I want a big dot? And I tell them, hey, you want it to be as much white as possible.
Right.
I'm like, hey, your rods, cones, black and white color, blah, blah, blah. White is awesome. And I think some folks go, well, yeah, but sights come in white, so there's got to be something better to improve it to. This 3-dot sights come in white, so they automatically kind of dismiss white as a color that's useful. So they want colors because they pop better or whatever, they can see better in the daylight. These work pretty good at night thanks to the glowy photoluminescent
that we have built into them. Yes.
Right.
Correct.
So those need to have some light exposed to them to
make them pop. That's correct.
Yep.
That's correct.
So I know somebody out there is going to say, oh, so when I pull it out of the holster, it's going to be too dark. Well, most of the time there's some level of light. That whole seminar we did yesterday talked about things happen in the gunfights. A lot of them, 80%, whatever number gets thrown out there, happen in the hours of darkness, but not necessarily in the dark.
Right.
And hopefully they're using their flashlight in addition to their gun. The first time they light that off, it's going to charge everything in the room that glows. So I'm not concerned about, oh my God, it's going to come out of the holster dark. But I was looking at the yellows. I have a set of the prototype in the what do we call it? What
Optic yellow.
Optic yellow. And they're really bright, like they're like nearly white bright in the dark without being charged. So I think that's pretty okay, even if it did come out of the holster.
That charge, when you charge them up with your tactical flashlight, it's going to last you about an hour and a half. So if you go to bed and you charge them at 10 o'clock at night, somewhere around 11:30, midnight, they're going to be fading out. Now there's always I don't know what you'd call it, maybe a phantom glow.
Yeah.
They're always putting off a little bit of of light, but after that hour and a half, you're relying on the tritium vial, which is in the center, which is exactly what we have in the big dot.
Right. And which I'm always a huge fan of. Anybody here already knows. So that brings me to the other sight that we can get that has nothing to do with the giant dot, which is the f8 sight.
Right.
So what was the logic behind creating the f8 sight?
People aren't comfortable with the excess sight. A lot of people don't like the what we call the express sight, which has the express rear, reminiscent of the express rifles the British used hunting in Africa.
Big ass animals.
That want to kill you. So that shell V that we have there doesn't give some people a good horizontal reference, and they feel that they get a horizontal stringing on it. And so what we did is we took our knowledge. We've been making big dot sights for 20 years. We took the knowledge and the machinery and our experience, and we tried to make a set of notch and post sights that accomplished a lot of what the big dot did, but still left people in their comfort zone.
Right.
With a notch and post.
Yeah, I saw the first f8 sight sometime a little before it came out, and I was like, wow, the notch is huge.
It is.
It's way bigger than anybody's notch. And I was like, okay, so I see where they're going here, because way bigger than everything except the shallow V of the big dot.
Right.
And I was like, there are going to be people that like this. And I got a lot of students that, you probably have a bunch of dudes watching this that have tried the f8s and like, that thing's great, and I want it.
So would you like to know a little bit about the f8?
Yeah.
Okay, the front dot is somewhere in between our big dot and standard dot. Big dot's 188 thousandths in diameter.
Okay.
Standard dot is 140 thousandths in diameter. If you want to go fractional on those, 140 thousandths is just a little bit bigger than 1/8 of an inch. 188 thousandths is almost 3/16 of an inch on the nose.
Okay.
So we're at 160 with the f8s. So we're split in the middle. So we have.
Now is that the size of the post, the size of the dot?
Size of the dot, which fills up
the
if you put a set of calipers on the post, it's going to be 160.
Okay.
160, and there's just a thin margin of metal on each side of that dot. So, for all intents and purposes, yes, it's 160 thousandths, and then the rear notch is 190 thousandths. Which is big.
Yeah, it appears way bigger. I know there's someone going, the numbers aren't huge. When they're 4.5 inches apart or whatever the distance of your slide is, that's a huge difference.
And the other thing we did is we only used two tritium vials. And once again, we have a problem with the 3-dot systems where your front sight and rear sight can get shifted and you have the 3-dot pattern, yet you're completely off base. So we have stacked the two tritium vials so they're looking at you. And the nice thing about doing that, it also eliminates the problem with the height. Because when you have the tritium vial oriented that way,
you don't have to, the feds coming in saying, no, there's not enough metal around the outside.
But you'll notice that the F8s are quite tall. And it was done on purpose, once again, for the people who wanted to be able to rack on belts and furniture.
Yeah, that thing's almost like cheating with how easy it is to rack off stuff.
But we still kept it in sized properly so that it would fit most holsters.
Perfect.
Right.
That sounds fantastic for the fellas out there that haven't got on the dot, the big dot. Like, you should be doing that, but if you're not ready for that, the F8 is a fantastic.
It's a baby step.
Yeah. I'll get you there. And what I tell folks is, when they talk to me about, I don't like anything but notch and post because I want to hit 2-inch groups at 90 yards or whatever their thing that they say is, I'm like, well, you should come do some force on force. And every time we do force on force, they pick up the gun with the big dot. They're like, all right, do you have a coupon code or something so I can get those? And I'm like, see, I told you you'd switch. And no, you're going to pay full price. Enjoy it. But in that instance, like when you're moving, the bad guy's moving and you're trying to hit it, man, those big dots are awesome. So I'm super looking forward to getting a workout on this DXT2, which I have in my possession. I guess got to wait till I get back to Pennsylvania to put it on a gun, and I'll let you know what I think of it.
Please do.
As it goes along. So those are going to come out. So this video will probably come out sometime in November. The DXT2 we're looking for
shipping soon.
Shipping soon.
I'm not gonna give you a hard date because I don't want to.
Oh, if you miss it, they will go insane.
Right. I'm not going to give you guys a hard date because I don't want to disappoint anybody.
But they're not out right at this moment.
No.
So don't leave comments at the bottom of the video complaining that they're not out yet. I'm telling you, they're not out yet. The F8 sights have been out for a while.
December of last year.
So those are there for you to go pick up.
But they're only available. F8s are only available for the 3 Glock sizes, the single stack, what I call the standard frame, the 17, 19s, and then the 45, 10 millimeters, the 3 frame sizes.
Yep.
We have one sight set that fits several of the SIGs, and the P320, 226, 228, 229, and the XD, XDM, XDS, XDE, XD,
whatever.
XYZ.
Yeah.
And it also fits the FN509.
Oh.
And then we have them for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Walther PPQs.
So I didn't hear MMP on your list.
M&Ps, thank you. M&Ps, yes, their M&Ps are on
Woo!
there. Yeah.
So actually, that's quite a few guns. I know you guys make a larger variety on the standard big dot sights that
We've been doing them for 20 years. We're 1 year into F8, so
Right.
it takes time to develop and get everything up to speed.
Well, somewhere on this video channel, take a half a step to here. Somewhere on this video channel, there is a video that says the 4 pistols that I think a dude like you should have one of those, and you've got 3 of them for the F8. So, like, I'm cool with the SIG, the M&P, the Glock. You got them for that. I don't really care if you make them for anything else. I know they might, but I don't care.
Well, the chances of us making them for 1911s are actually pretty slim. We get calls for them regularly. People don't realize the number of different slide cuts that are for 1911s. They say, oh, 1911. Well, the heights are similar, but you've got a proprietary cut for Kimber. You've got a proprietary cut for para-ordnance. You've got your Novak cuts, which would be, if anything, is going to be your standard.
Yeah.
And there's proprietary cuts for Rugers and so forth.
For all across the board.
So
I'm not even going to make fun of 1911s in this video, but that is one of the issues.
Well, I get calls for them.
Yeah. A bunch of good guns. The F8's available for. DXT2 is coming out for Glocks first.
Glocks first.
Which I would expect nothing else. And
right.
Yeah, I have a Glock, and that's what it's going on, and I'm going to shoot it a bunch. See what you made me do? You made me shoot my Glock a bunch, so somebody out there is probably snickering at me.
I'm sure that as the year goes on, we'll introduce some more. And once again, I'm not gonna make any promises.
Yeah, don't make no promises, because they'll try to hold you to it, or at least they'll complain if you didn't hold to the promise. So that's what I got on the updates for what's happening with XS, my favorite sight company that happens to have some of my favorite people at it. In fact, one of the big wigs at XS, my son, is absolutely like in love with and thinks John is one of the most awesome dude. Like, he sees the XS logo and says, "Hey, that's my friend's company, right?" And I'm like, "Yep, that's his company." So a bunch of great dudes there. Everybody I've met there has been nothing but outstanding. And I think the sight is the big dot is the best sight that you can get. I think the F8 is the best notch and post sight that you can get. And now I'm going to have to compare the DXT2 to the original. I don't know which one's going to take the crown here. So it's nice to know that
as long as one of them does.
Exactly.
I really don't care.
Right on. Where can we find information and share all that kind of stuff?
Well, I'm sure it's listed below.
Yes, it is.
In the comments
somewhere down in that little area.
But you can go accesssites.com. You can call us on our 800 number, which I'm not going to say right now because I'll flub it.
It'll be down here too.
It'll be down there too. I'm the customer service guy. I take most of the phone calls from y'all when y'all have a tritium valve that goes out or some problem with fitment. I give fitting instructions over the phone, and I have the greatest job in the world. Let me say a couple of things about it. You can edit in whatever you want.
You can.
XS Sites is a Texas company. All of our stuff is Texas made. Well, most of our stuff is Texas made. The housings, the plastic vials, the plastic inserts, that the original dots. We have lathes that make those. We make a lot of our own screws. We buy some screws, buy some springs. But when you buy an excess site, you're buying something that's mainly made in Texas and by Texas people and by a family-owned company. It is an American small business. The culture there is great. I love working for them. My wife asked me when I'm going to retire, and I said, why would I retire? I'm sitting at a desk. I talk to gun people all the time. I get to go to awesome courses, and I live my avocation. So I just can't say enough about excess. So I'm very much a cheerleader for the company.
More so than me. We did a seminar here last night, low light using a flashlight and a handgun, and there was a section when we got the sights, it was pretty much like an excess commercial, because all the things I had said that I wanted to look for in a site all came back to, hey, you guys already do that, so there is no need to look somewhere else. And so I'm a bit of a cheerleader myself, but it makes me feel good to know I'm pushing a company, like I'm supporting a company and telling people how good they are, and the people that work there like to be there.
Yeah.
That's a good feeling for me too, so I don't feel like I'm pushing some sort of...
There's no sweatshop.
Yeah, awesome, right. Awesome. Anything else you want to mention, Marr?
That's
all right.
Pretty much run my gamut.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, I do have something else I want to mention. If anybody has a problem with excess sites, certainly share it on social media. But before you do, give us a call. We fix things. That's our job. If you share it on social media and we catch it, we'll call you. If you leave a number, we don't want you to suffer in silence. We want you to let us know about it, because we'll fix it.
You guys have a pretty outstanding warranty.
I think we do.
And
it's no questions asked warranty. Now I'm going to question you, like, what gun does it go on? But it's but yeah.
That's fantastic. And before I even knew what your warranty was, I had somebody say, yeah, I had an issue. I called them and they just said, okay, we'll take care of that. They never asked me how the problem happened. And so even before you advertised a no questions asked warranty, you lived a no questions asked warranty.
Well, we just started advertising it within the last year. We've always been that way.
And that's everybody that I've ever talked to and then the numbers are small of people that I had told me they had an issue. And usually it was them getting the sight in the gun, not anything, I butchered it up trying to smash it into this because I thought that gun fit this gun, et cetera, et cetera. And I was like, man, those guys are taking care of their customers. And that warms my heart too, because I like your stuff. So knowing that it's not a bunch of sleaze bags that treat their employees like crap, treat their customers like crap, and the fact that you guys care about everyone, that's a good feeling for me to back you guys.
Thanks.
So that's awesome. All right, so that's all I got to talk about, and thanks for stopping by. We're gonna have class tomorrow, so it's not like you're leaving.
I'll be there.
But you're leaving these guys, so you guys out there, take it easy.
Take it easy.
And
enjoy your sights.
We'll see you sometime here in the future in another video.
Yes, sir. We're doing the FH for the CZP-10.
Well, that's getting to be kind of popular in the hipster crowd.
Right.
That might be the little trailer that goes at the end that's meant to be funny.